Welcome back to our first episode of the new year. Me and Victoria are at her house recording today, and it's a Monday. This is going to come out Wednesday for y'all, but it's snowing.
It is snowing.
It's the first day the kids went back to school. We were excited.
My kids were excited too.
Like, we wanted them to go back. It's been several weeks, but it's been a whole hour now, and we want them to come home from school.
And we're just like, will they make them come home early? Like, is this going to be a half day? Like, it's coming down pretty good right now.
I mean, we've gotten out for less. The snow is really coming down right now.
It is. And it's really, really bitterly cold.
And so windy.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a day that they should have already been out and be home and watching it snow with us.
Yeah. However, I did need a little break from them.
Well, yeah, you did, and y'all were sick. The whole Christmas break, it felt like.
So it was just Mason.
It felt like all of y'all.
When Mason gets sick, he gets sick. So, yeah, he started running fever Christmas night. So we still got to do all of the fun stuff, Santa, everything was good. And then Christmas night, he started running that nice 103 temp.
He is immediately such a high temp.
It's either no fever or it's 103. Like, there is no in between.
Did you know what it was when his fever spiked, or were you not sure? Okay.
Okay, so I was like, oh, you've got a fever. Weird. But also, like, not. I knew the kids in school had been missing. He had 5 kids in his class one day.
Right.
So I was like, okay, we've got something. And of course I asked him, like, your ears hurt, head hurt, throat hurt, belly hurt, anything hurt? No. He said everything is sore. You know how when you have a fever, you're achy.
Right, you feel terrible.
And so I was like, okay, I'm not having a lot of symptoms to work with here. His appetite was fine. Getting him to drink is usually more challenging. It was very back and forth. And so then I was like, you know what? This temp is 103, and it's like, you alternate the Motrin and the Tylenol. Mm-hmm. If he didn't have both in his system, 103, even with just one.
Yeah, so it wasn't staying down.
So I'm like, this is strep.
I mean, that's what he has because he gets it.
I'm like, could be flu also, I guess, but this is strep. Because he's had it quite a few times. We've already gone to the ENT once, and they were like, yeah, his tonsils are just naturally big. Like, you can have a big set of ears, you can have a big nose. He has big tonsils. Mm-hmm. But they're not, like, obstructing his airway. And the ENT was like, does he get strep a lot? And I was like, I don't know if I'd call it a lot. And I really wouldn't know.
Right, compared to someone else.
Yeah, that was in August, and we're in January, and he's had it 3 times between August and January. So now I feel like that is a lot.
I feel like it's a lot because he is so sick, and that fever's so high. Like, I know it takes him a while to recover.
Right. So we have another referral to the ENT again. And because amoxicillin is still working to clear it for him, I don't want him to have to be on a more harsh antibiotic. Mm-hmm. Or amoxicillin not to work for anything he ever has the rest of his life when it treats him well right now. So we are probably looking at the tonsils getting taken out.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. And Jared's like, well, let's do it over summer. I was like, yeah, I could definitely wait till summer. Mm-hmm. And Jared's like, and if he doesn't have it between now and summer, that's our sign not to. I was like, true.
That's smart. Yeah.
I said, but that is, like, I feel so unlikely. It's the beginning of January.
Right. It's a lot more months.
And you want me to make it till May or June? Okay.
I feel like truly it takes him the whole, like, at least half the time of the antibiotics to even feel better.
No, it does. It's taking him longer and longer with the antibiotics to feel any better and that fever to get gone. So I'm like, no. I think we've been as conservative with this as we can. It's not like you want to have your kid go through any type of surgery unnecessarily.
Right.
And as a parent, I feel like it's hard because they're like, okay, it's up to you to deem what's, like, necessary.
You're like, well, I don't know. I'm
like, well, you tell me, but also
I'm sure some parents push for that.
No, I know. I mean, it is confined to just Mason is the good thing. Mm-hmm. Like, when he first started going to daycare and got strep, I got it once.
And Remy doesn't normally get it.
She's never had strep. Like,
knock on wood.
Literal knock on wood. And Jared's never had strep. And he's 32.
In his whole life?
Yeah, he's 32.
Wow.
No strep.
Okay. Well, good.
And I only had it the one time since Mason's been bringing it home. I guess I had to have it, like, one good time as an adult, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
So while I hate Mason has to go through it, it's not like the whole house gets hit.
Yeah, you're not spreading it. Mm-hmm. So he still had his normal Christmas.
Christmas was completely normal.
What was their favorite gift they got?
Mason's both kids are actually really into Spy Ninjas. Mm-hmm. And he got all of the Spy Ninja gadgets.
What do you do with them?
I mean, we got stun chucks.
Okay.
We got some type of sword that discs fly off of. We've got the cloaker and the hacker masks.
Okay.
We've got the voice morpher.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Don't let him listen to this episode because I'm probably forgetting everything and not making it sound cool enough, but
Oh, yeah.
it was the Spy Ninja stuff.
And what about Remy? That was her favorite too?
She liked playing with some of his stuff. I really think her favorite thing might be 2 things. Santa brought her like this dress up thing, like to keep her dress up stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
And she has been dressed to the nines.
Every time you've sent me a video or a picture, she is in a gown.
A ball gown. With the jewelry, the makeup, the purse, the heels.
Yeah, what about the makeup? Did she get makeup?
She did. She loves it.
I can tell she loves it as well.
She loves it. Blush is for your entire face, if you didn't know.
And mascara is for eyebrows?
Listen, Jarrett makes fun of her. Not to her face, but like with me. He's like, do you think she like is really into eyebrows because she is the only one in our family that doesn't have any?
They're so light.
They are so blonde. I think she just she like can tell that's different about her.
She's trying to match y'all.
And like, I mean, my hair's dark, Jared's is dark, Mason's is darker than hers. Like, you can see that he has eyebrows. Remy?
They're going to come in, don't worry. Emma didn't have eyebrows either.
Remy does not, but till when?
Well, I don't know. It was a while because I was having to put makeup on her for dance and I was like, let me give you some brows.
Yeah, because she's 4.
Well, you know Remy and Emma are the same.
Okay, we're going to actually have to post this.
Yeah, we do need to post this. I was going through past Christmas card photos because we do them every year, big family pictures. So I was sending some to Victoria that were older ones, and I wasn't even looking at Emma, but Victoria zoomed in and was like, but this is Remy.
Yeah, it was like Remy time traveled or something.
But they really do.
They look very much alike.
They're little tiny baby faces.
Yeah. And I literally can't pinpoint what it is. I'm like, is it the eyes? Is it the nose? Is it the smile?
And
is
then
it
we
the
said it's just
expression?
the whole thing.
I was like, no, it's just their face.
Okay, but also we've talked about this before. I don't know if anybody else has heard this because we're so weird, but that you you share some of your closest friends' DNA, right?
Oh, yeah, they like tracked it back and it's like 1% of DNA.
Yeah, so I have decided I shared that with Victoria. So there's Remy.
There's Remy.
Her and Emma just twinning 10 years apart.
Yeah. And I think that's super interesting too, the 1% of DNA, because you have a cousin who is Remy's age, and that is Remy's best friend.
Yep. Keeping
So
it
that
in the family.
DNA, we might have gotten more than 1% for Remy to look like that.
Have you done your family history? Are we related?
I did my like 23andMe a long
I
time
have never
ago.
done it.
What if we are?
We probably should check.
But no. And you know, I'm always trying to trick Jarrett because my little cousin Sammy and Remy look a lot alike.
That they do.
And so I showed Jarrett the picture of Emma. And I was like, who is this? He's like, Sammy, because it's never Remy when you're asking, who is this? He's like, you never show me a picture of Remy and say, who is it? I was like, oh, true. I need to start doing
You need
that.
to switch it up, Victoria.
And so he's like, Sammy, because that's the only other side-by-side I ever do.
Right.
Or like
wrong.
Mason when they were babies.
Yeah.
And he was like, Sammy. I was like, no. He was like, well, who is it? And I was like, it's Emma. He was like, what?
So he could see it though.
Oh, no. He for sure saw it. He's like, it didn't look like Sammy to me. Like, but it looks still so much like Remy. I was like, I said, it's Emma. He was like, how'd you do that?
And
I
we
was
have
like, I don't
several
know.
pictures where they look the same.
Yeah, this isn't a one picture that we think it. It's
Yeah.
like, and they both have the same chin scar.
Yep.
Not that you can really see either of theirs.
But,
I mean, I can. I'm her mom.
right, I can see it.
But they both busted their chins open.
So they're the same.
Twins.
Yeah, we'll definitely post it and see if people think we're crazy.
Yeah. Is this 2 kids or 1?
Did you get anything that you loved for Christmas?
I mean, yeah. I had a good time. Listen, I have had a salad spinner on my list for like 3 years.
What?
Yeah.
That is so random.
No, I know. And I got one.
Yes. Finally.
I got one. So I love my salad spinner. And then, what's it called? The Sola Wave
Oh, yeah,
wand.
the wand for your face.
Yeah.
The red
got
light for
that.
your face.
Love that.
Have you been using it?
Yeah.
Your skin looks so good. I already said that, and you
thanks.
didn't tell me you were using it.
Oh, I just thought you knew I was since I
I
had
mean,
it.
I knew you got it, but you know when I get stuff, sometimes it sits for
Yeah,
a
I do.
while. So that's what I was thinking. But no, it looks really good.
So I do like that. And the serum that came with it, I do like that too.
Okay.
Oh, I got a heated jacket.
Oh, yes. So now you have the vest and the jacket.
I do.
Are y'all signing up for Little League? Because I feel like you're going to need it.
See, Mason's like, no, but Remy's like, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I'm about to get one. I'm going to have to. I feel like spring season's colder than fall because you start out so early.
Just go ahead and order an extra battery when you do.
Okay.
So one is always fully charged.
Is yours black?
It's black and it's got like purple accent.
Cute.
And it's got a hood and it's waterproof. It's not, because I'd gone back and forth on because I put everything on my wish list and people buy things for me. I'd gone back and forth. Do I want like a fleece, like cozy, fluffy, soft one? Or do I want like, if it's raining, I'm dry?
I like that because then it's both.
It is both. And I'm warm. I'm toasty. And
Yeah.
these kids out here wanting to play in the snow.
I was going to say, have you already tried it?
Oh, yeah. I put it on that day. I was just cold in my house.
Yeah. And your kids do still go outside a lot, even if it's cold.
Yeah.
Mine, luckily, Emma doesn't. I mean, she can, but I don't have to be out there with them. Now, Henry went out the other day. It was raining and cold. But I was fine with it because we had Drake.
Because he didn't make you go.
Yes, because I didn't have to go. And he had Drake and Calvin out there. He had his friend Zach over. So, yeah, all that rambunctiousness needs to be outside.
Can't contain it.
Yeah, so I did not mind that they were out there freezing and in the rain.
Yeah, it's good for them.
It is. I will say Henry has been in the house a lot because we've had a break from all sports. And then he amps back up the video games. I currently don't think it's an issue because, okay, yeah, you've been on your break. Maybe I sit down and watch some more TV or on my break. But it's been long enough where I'm like, okay, we need to get moving and not be like attached to this chair anymore.
Yeah, but also then it's like raining for 7 days straight.
Yeah.
And, like, what else are we supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like come down hard
Yeah.
on anything. But but I'm like, yeah, you're enjoying your break. I don't want to be outside either. It's cold, but I'm
Yeah.
like, your body is used to moving and doing stuff, moving and grooving.
Yeah.
So he did go ice skating once or twice, I think, over the break because Emma loves it
It is super fun.
and she's good. Henry's like, I need a bucket and I think I broke my elbow.
Oh, no.
Took a hard spill. But I would say they had a really good break. Like, relaxing.
Yeah.
Lots of family time on both sides. I'm certain they got every single thing they asked for between all the houses and the grandparent.
They're not needing anything.
No. Emma said after the fact, she was like, the only thing I didn't get was this perfume. I was like, because I'm anti. Like, I didn't get it.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't know Jordan, like, she cannot have smells around her. Like, instant migraine.
Yeah, so I was like, surely somebody else will get it. Not that I'm going to open it and use it when I give it to her, but I'm like, somebody else will get that. So that was the one thing she really wanted. Not the one thing she really wanted, but she did still want it. So she used a gift card after to get it. And
Are you dying?
Victoria. So I can do like a vanilla sometimes, but still don't spray it next to me. But one of her friends also gave her a really strong, I don't even know what, I think it's called Daisy. And again, no hate on it. It's not the smell. It's just, it's so strong. She got in the car with me. I was like, you hate me. She was like, I haven't sprayed it since the morning. I had to ride home with the windows down.
In the 20-degree air.
And she sure did not tell me that she had a whole bottle that they gave her. I thought she just put it on. So then when I was upstairs in her bathroom, I was like, you have this here. I was like, just think of me before you do it. Because she has headaches a lot too. So but not from fragrance.
Yeah.
I was like, but you know how I feel.
Right.
But she still gets irritated at me. But she got lots of shoes that she wanted. Like back to school day today was fun because it's a brand new outfit again.
Duh.
Like, what should I wear? Henry got some clothes actually that he wanted because they're like baseball stuff and these weird shorts that look like ice cream or I don't know what. I don't know. His favorite was probably Back to the Games. He got a game controller.
Okay.
It's just so fancy. I can't tell you what it does, but he
loves it.
he is winning and top notch on there.
Okay, love it.
And it is cute because he does like he's playing with his friends. Like I can hear them all
He's
talking.
still being social, yeah.
Yeah. So all the little boys that I like, he's just chatting with them on there, screaming,
That's sweet.
whatever. But yeah, it's cute. Yeah. So I would say my kids had a really good Christmas, and they did not get sick this year. Last year we were sick for
Henry
the
was a little
entire
unwell.
time. He had a little belly something.
But he was okay.
Oh, I love how I just totally forgot about that because I took him to the ER.
I'm like, your child was sick.
Okay, but last year they were sick with strep, flu, and ear infection for
you
3
were down
weeks.
too.
And I was sick too, which I also blocked last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
So this year he was He was just not himself. Anybody that knows Henry, he is just chatty, always in a good mood. And I was taking them to O'Charlie's, our favorite place, and
Get
he was
the rolls.
yeah, and he was not even talking. I was like, no, something's the matter. And when I asked him what was the matter, he started crying. I was like, oh, he's sick. Because Henry doesn't
knew.
cry. Yeah. But I couldn't put my finger on it because he wasn't saying what was wrong. Like, he just thought he was tired or hungry. And was it that same night that we went? Yeah, it was. So we got home, and his pain in his stomach, he said, was like an 8. And he was like bent over. He was like trying to go to bed at 7, but couldn't sleep. I was like, there's just no way I can lay here all night with you in this kind of pain.
Right.
So we went up to the Sango ER. Everything was great. Had a good experience, nothing crazy. I felt like they took us back pretty quick. The doctor on call like talked to us right away, like while they were triaging him, and did a little jump around test to make sure it wasn't the appendix. He was like, I can't say for certain. He was like, but if it was, he would not be able to do these motions and movements and jump up and down. I was like, okay, I feel like I just really want a strep test and maybe like test for UTI.
Yeah.
Since we're dealing with like stomach.
Right.
So he ordered both of those and asked if we wanted labs. And Henry was like, what's that? I was like, don't worry about it just yet. He's never had his blood drawn.
Okay.
The doctor was like, I just don't want you to have to wait longer. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to do them if it is strep or UTI. He was like, I gotcha. So those both came back negative, and then I still didn't do the labs because I just felt like this is probably like some sort of stomach bug, like the doctor said. Like that's what was going around. And he was like, just watch him. If it gets worse, obviously, just go straight to Vandy. Henry was able to sleep that night, and then it was just kind of on and off. Like during the day, I felt like he'd be fine, and then night it would ramp up again. He wasn't eating much. So I did follow up with like our primary care.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, it's definitely been going around, which is just weird because Henry does get a stomach bug so easily. I figured he would have the whole shebang with it, not
it was just the
pains.
pain.
Yeah. So he is well, and I already blacked that from my memory. They didn't miss anything because of that.
Right.
Like Christmas. Like last year, they could not
Function.
They could not go anywhere except the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a good one, and Mom made me a photo album of the whole year.
So sweet.
My favorite, as
Best
always.
gift award, Mom.
And I don't know the last thing we talked about, but I did end up hosting Christmas this year because Aunt Joy didn't feel well. Yeah, so I was sad that she didn't feel well and sad that she couldn't come. And we hosted 23 at the house, which was tight. But I mean, all the kids had so much fun. They loved it. Like everybody being there. So it was good. I know.
I'm glad you got a redeemable Christmas. Since
Yeah.
last year was not a good one.
Yeah. No, it was all good.
You can remember this one.
And I had them for New Year's.
What a win.
I usually don't have them for New Year's. So Emma did her. I asked her. I was like, "Are you trying to like do something? You need to call your friends because there's no party here." And she was like, "No, that's fine." She had gotten like a nail kit, so she was doing her own acrylic set.
Okay, great.
Yep, watching the New Year's Eve stuff in New York. So then at 11, I was like, "Oh, we can go to bed now." She was like, "No." So we stayed up and watched the Nashville guitar drop
Okay.
with Jelly Roll
Oh, okay.
while she was finishing up her nails.
Well,
But
that's fun.
I made it to midnight.
Watch out.
I know.
Way to go. You know, we went to bed about like 9:30.
Yeah, that would have been my preference.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's a new year. Like we found the 2024 ball drop.
Yeah.
My kids, you know the numbers, the years. They don't really get it yet, so I can just definitely fake it.
Very
and we
sneaky.
did.
Very sneaky.
And then by the time the numbers, because Mason might be able to tell you that number is
Yeah.
wrong. So by the time it dropped, we were all like, woo,
Woo, bedtime.
and like poppers, and like turn the TV off.
Yeah. Oh, I did get poppers. We shot some poppers on
Yeah.
the front porch.
We got like big fireworks.
Oh, good.
Jarrett was like, there's a fireworks tent in the Food Lion parking lot.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to take them over there and get sparklers. I was like, okay. They came back with one of the big brown bags from the fireworks stand. I was like, what
You can't let him loose.
kind of sparklers did you get? He was like, well, and he is in a bad mood. I was like, what is wrong?
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't prep them for going over there. I was like, well, no.
So they wanted everything?
And he just said yes.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
that's your problem. Is you are your problem, sir.
Yeah.
I said, you told them yes to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are, and you're mad that you spent this much money on
Yep.
fireworks.
It is hard to spend that on fireworks because then they're just
I
gone.
know. I'm like, everybody else in the neighborhood's going to be doing them.
Yeah.
You get a free show.
Y'all have a nice
literally
neighborhood.
only needed sparklers.
Yeah.
Maybe some smoke bombs, like the color bombs.
I got like that kit that they had at Walmart so that they could put the glasses and the little hat thing on with the poppers, and then that was it.
So Dollar Tree, they had these straws, you know, like the loop-de-loo straws. I got 2 that said cheers. And then I got some like poppers from there too, like inside quiet. They actually didn't make a sound. I liked them a lot. Some little poppers, and then what else? Oh, the little beep. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like the blower.
Yeah. So I got some of those.
I got those too, and we didn't even open them.
Sometimes I do forget about the things I've purchased. And I got lucky because if Remy had not asked for a cup of water before bed, I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Like, pull out all this.
I know. I was telling Mom we didn't even use them. Like, how do people save that kind of stuff for a whole year?
I have no idea.
I don't have the storage for that.
Yeah.
I would love to say that I saved everything because I could use it again, but I trashed it.
Okay, so I want to talk about this for a minute. Don't think I've even told you, but we have started a gift bin. So it's already pretty full. Like when things go on clearance, I got like a bunch of stuff for like $20.
Like for who? Who are these gifts for?
So like teachers
Okay.
or like, I don't know. I don't have necessarily someone in mind.
It's just you have it in case you need it.
Yeah, and then like, you know, if anybody got a duplicate of anything, oh, that goes in here.
Right.
I'm going to have to show you what all's in there.
Yeah, you have to do a video on that.
I do. And I'm just going to do that through the year. Like if I can get something and it's like, I don't know, 80% off.
I mean, I definitely saw people at Walgreens the next day buying the however much % off New Year's stuff. And I'm like, that is so smart. I would do that. But I would put it somewhere and then I wouldn't know where it was.
So this box is not going to be just for Christmas. This is for all year. So this is when the kids have birthday parties to go to.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if I need a little something extra for them for Easter.
Yeah.
That's what this bin is for. So
No, I like it.
I like it too. And then one of the presents for one of my nieces got left here. And so Christmas morning I was like, oh shoot, like we forgot to give this to her. And Jared's like, put it in that gift bin, and her birthday's in March. I was like, you are right.
Y'all are on the same page with this.
I was like, okay, that's done. So I like it so far. I'll let you know how much I actually use it.
Yeah. But like you're getting good stuff that y'all would use.
I'm
It's
also
just
good-
on sale.
Yeah. Or like anything that's buy one, get one free. If I need it anyway,
Right.
let me get this free one.
Yes. Smart.
So yeah, I have started that.
Okay, and since it is New Year, Victoria and I have been thinking about what our word of the year is going to be. And I finally decided. Did you?
I did.
What is-
I was so between two. You go first.
Wait, 2 of the same word or
No,
2 words? Okay.
2 words.
Okay, so mine took me down a path.
It did.
First, I thought it was going to be gratitude. Then I thought it was going to be surrender. Then I thought it could be both because I have a hard time narrowing down. I had like 7 last year. And I've really been focusing on both of those the past couple years, but it wasn't my word.
Yeah.
It was one of my extras that
It was one of your words.
Yeah, plural. Then I was researching and I found this online test that I sent you
Yeah.
on how to pick your word. And then mine said delight, which I was like, oh, wow, I would have never thought of that word. So then I just looked into that more and I finally decided number 1 is going to be joy.
Number 1 and only.
Number 1, we can't say only. I keep
What?
I keep the other ones on the back burner. Don't make me.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it is
Joy.
Yes, because the first year I did peace, second year I did love, and now we're doing joy. Like I feel like I need to accept everything that, be open to it. Not blocking anything. Like I feel like I still have like a lot of walls up.
Well, for sure.
Yeah, so I want to accept all the joy and the peace and the love and everything. So that's my word.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one for you for this year.
You do? Okay, so you're happy with me?
Yeah. The people pleaser comes out. Are you happy with my word choice?
No, but for real, your opinion, means a lot. So if you
I
thought,
think it's a great word.
well, if you thought I was off track with it, I would want to know.
I mean, if you came to me and you were like, yeah, it's going to be lazy,
Right.
I'd be like, no, it's not.
You're like, that's weird.
But I can't imagine. I mean, all your words are always so positive and like mindful, and you put thought into them. So no, I think it's a good one.
I mean, I don't feel like I have not been joyful the past couple years, but if we're going back into like the last decade, I feel like this is something that I need to really focus on and let happen.
And I think too, joy for yourself. focusing on that. Like, you can't control, as much and as hard as we try, our children's happiness.
Yes, because I did ask you, can my word be something that all encompassing makes Emma happy?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say back?
No. I said no. And I mean, you even know, and you said it, I think, like, we can't make everyone happy. That is not our job. Like, and I've seen a reel, I know you've seen it before too, about like, you can't protect your kids from their purpose or their destiny.
I think you sent me that after I said that about the word.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we do focus on our kids so much. That's not going to stop.
No.
And I'm not saying I haven't focused on myself, but it has been, of course, they have been my top priority.
And they should still be. But you need to be a priority in the same group at the same level as them.
Yeah.
Like, the three of you are one, but you've been getting left out.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, their happiness was so important to you, and it still is, but your own wasn't.
Right, because I was just going to be happy if they were happy.
Right. And now, what if the secret to their happiness
Is
is
me?
your happiness?
Wow, we cracked the code. Okay. Then it's a great word.
It's a great word. I love it for you.
I'm ready for 2025. Like, I don't feel like anything bad I need to leave behind in 24 or...
Like, 24 was good for me. You know what I mean?
It was
like,
good.
I was happy with it. I'm like, some people every year are like, bye, worst year of my life. I'm like, is every year the worst year?
Right. Yeah, I don't feel like that.
No, I don't feel like that in general. I definitely don't feel like that about 24. Like, 23, I didn't even feel like that. And that was a rough year for me.
It was.
But 24, I'm like, no.
23 was when you said health.
Yeah, and then what happened?
And then 24 was what? You forgot your word for 2024?
Yeah.
What was it? Did you write it down anywhere?
I think we recorded it.
We definitely did.
Well, it
Okay.
worked.
It worked.
I had a good year.
Okay, I'm going to have to look that up because I need to know now.
No, I know.
Okay, so what's your word?
Okay, so I'm like not quite as bad as you, but I had it narrowed down to 2, and I was pretty set on it being intentional.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But then I took that quiz you sent me, and before I had even taken that quiz, I had been like pondering, like, is it intentional? Is that the word? And flexible just kept coming back to me. So I am going to go with flexible
I like it.
because I am not. And I don't mean like physically. I'm not getting into yoga.
Right.
Like, I mean, I am not go with the flow. I like a plan and I like to stick to the plan, and
Right. You just want to know ahead of time when things are happening.
yeah. But like not even being more flexible, because I think sometimes you are who you are as a person. So it's a little bit of retraining my brain here, but being okay with it changing.
Okay, so like
Like, I'm still not going to like it, but like not let it affect my mood or
Okay.
be like, oh, this is terrible.
So, like, if Jarrett had to stay after work and you didn't know, like, if he normally gets off at 3 and you didn't know until 3 that he was going to be staying later.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I've even come a long way on that, because I'm
Okay.
just like, oh, I forgot you had practice, or you forgot to tell me you had practice. Now, if he's not home till like 6 or 7 and the kids don't see him, that is upsetting to me because my kids are upset.
Okay.
Because I didn't have time to prep them. I don't like change. And, you know, we're looking at the possibility of moving in 2025 at some point in the year. And I don't want to move.
Okay.
But I am married. It's not just about me.
So you're trying to be flexible with the idea of that
Yes.
and what that looks like.
Right. And Jarrett has spent most of our marriage trying to make sure that we got to do things my way and how I wanted them, and in every aspect. Like, I feel like all big major things, he has done what I've said.
Right.
He's worked jobs to provide a certain,
Lifestyle.
yeah, and now he's happy with his job. He loves being a teacher. He loves helping coach wrestling,
Assistant.
assisting.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's my turn to be like, okay, like, I've done all the taking. Like, let me give a little. That doesn't mean I wasn't doing anything those
No,
years.
for sure. I feel like it was, I know what you're saying are these major things he's doing, but I feel like it's always been equal from how
I
much
feel like
you
it's
give.
equal. Yeah, because, I mean, I do give in other ways. Like, I did take care of the kids.
Right.
I did take care of the home. I cook, I clean. Like, I do those things.
Right.
I just feel like maybe now this year it's my turn to be a little more flexible, and if he wants to move, be open to that,
Okay.
even though I don't want to.
And how do you feel like this word is going to be like for your health stuff? Have you even looked at it in that light?
I thought about it a little bit, kind of went on a spiral, but I think as far as my health goes, I'm always going to have to be flexible because it's a chronic condition that can turn on you at any given moment. I'm just always going to have to be flexible with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like forced you to have to look at things differently
No, I definitely do.
and take things day by day.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some days you feel really good. Some days you don't feel as good. Some days you feel good in the morning and then you don't.
I've had to just by,
Default had to.
yeah. And that's still hard. But, I mean, things could definitely be worse. I'm at a really good spot with the whole pulmonary hypertension thing right now. It's just like, it is a new year, and at the beginning of the new year, they want to get you scheduled for all of your research studies you signed up for, and now you're eligible for new ones because you're on different medicines. So are you interested in these? It's just like, there's never a time where it's like not a reminder.
Right, you're constantly reminded. Like even if you're having a good day and then you get an email about your research studies or filling up your pills at the end of the week.
Filling up my pills is tough. I don't know why that is so tough for me. But literally, like, I'm crying every week just filling it up because I'm like, oh, this is the rest of my life.
I mean, yeah, that is a
Or
smack
like,
you in the
oh,
face
hope
reminder.
they never, like, have a shortage of this or I'll die. Like, that's, like, why does my brain do that to me?
I mean,
I'm like, stay in the present. You have them right now. You feel good right now. Because also, what if they stop working? Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like you're doing everything you can. Like, yeah, you have to feel all that and be sad. But I feel like you do everything you can to, like, have your time and then get yourself back on track so you don't live in that space.
No, like, every couple months, I just need a pity party day. Or, like, an hour.
Yeah.
But, like, every few months. I don't need it frequently. Because even the other day, Jarrett was like, but are you declining? Like, are you feeling worse and you're just not telling anyone? I'm like, no, I feel like this all the time.
Victoria keeps it on lock.
Yeah. And he was like, well, you don't seem like you feel like this all the time. I was like, correct. And I work very hard to make sure it doesn't seem like that. He's like, well, you don't have to do that. I was like, well, I do because clearly it is alarming to those around me when I act how I feel. So I'm not going to do that. It's almost like I'm in character to stay out of that place. Like literal faking till we make it.
Yeah.
And I do think your brain's powerful. If I fake it enough, my brain will believe it.
I mean, I totally agree with you that, yeah, your mind is going to control everything. I just don't want you to lock it up so tight that you feel like you can't feel how you need to feel, especially in front of Jarrett.
No, I definitely feel that way. But yeah, no, I think I've had to be, by default, flexible with my health. So hopefully I can just translate that over to my whole life. And like with the kids being more flexible too. Like, I like to have a game plan for the day. And then I am bothered if that is not how things go.
Like, what's an example?
Like, if we're like, okay, we're going to get up and we're going to knock out some chores around the house, go to the grocery store, and then we're going to go fishing. And then Jarrett comes in. He's like, all right, who's ready to go fishing first thing?
Okay. And you were like, we were going to do these two other things first.
I was like, we were going to go blah, blah, blah. But now the kids are hyped because you just said we could go fishing immediately.
Right.
But then when we come home from fishing, they're not trying to do chores. They're not trying to go to the grocery store. They're
Right.
like, oh, we already had like an outing today.
Right.
We're tired. We're hungry. And it just throws off my whole day.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like, and when I say throws off my whole day, not only the events are thrown off, but like physically and like mentally, I am thrown off.
Yeah, your mood is different.
I'm in a bad mood. And like, it's a little bratty, I guess. Let's call it what it is. Like, I didn't get my way. So now let me pout.
I don't see it like that. I just see that you had the day plan on what's best according to you and your kids in the order they can get things done the best.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I'm like, my kids are better in the morning. So we're going to go wherever we're going.
And knock it out.
Probably before lunchtime.
Yep.
And then lunchtime is like, yeah, that's when we're coming home because they're hungry. We can like chill, have some downtime. But yeah, if I want to get something done, morning is going to be my preference.
Right. I'm like, guys, we call them missions around here now because they're really into the spy ninja still.
Yes.
So we call them missions. I'm like, okay, I got a mission for you, a mission for you. And their missions are worth beans. They started over on their bean jars. I'm like, this mission's worth 50. Who wants it?
Ooh.
So I'm like, let's knock our missions out in the morning. If you had this system set up, missions, bean jar, you know the concept. They get beans for good things.
Right.
I don't take beans out if they're bad.
Okay.
It's only positive. We go to the grocery store. They're good at the grocery store. They get a little rinky-dinky-dink out of the little twisty machine for a quarter.
Yes.
We come home. Do they get beans for being good at the store?
I mean, I would say that toy is their prize.
Correct. Because they want to debate me on that. I'm like, you got the toy.
Yeah.
Or the gumball or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but we should get beans too because we were good. We get beans when we're good. I was like, you made good choices at the store and you got something. Mm-hmm. You're not getting beans too.
Yeah. No,
and
I'm
then
with you.
Mason, he's like, well, do you want us to be bad at the store? I was like, no, I liked how you acted today. That's why you got the gumball.
Right. You wouldn't have gotten the toy at the store if you were bad.
I said, so if you're bad, you won't get that. Or beans. Mm-hmm. He was like, well, I think if we're good, we should get both.
No,
I was
we
like,
can't double dip the presents.
And you know what? I'm going to start using this phrase. Don't talk to me sideways anymore, pretty much. Because my 5-year-old has taught me some good comebacks.
Oh, good.
The other day, he spooked Jarrett. Like, Jarrett was coming in from something, and Mason was, like, attacking him or whatever. And Jarrett's like, oh, I didn't think I was going to get attacked when I walked in the door. And Mason said, well, you need to think more, I guess. And I'm in the other room, I'm like losing it.
Is that going to be your new comeback for
Yeah.
Mason?
No, for anyone.
Oh, anybody.
Just buckle
can
up.
catch it. Okay.
Don't use the phrase, I think or I thought around me. You need to know. Because if you think or thought, you should have done it more.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we are ready for 2025 then.
Sounds like it.
Yes. Okay, well, thank y'all for listening today. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Apple, and Spotify. And we hope you have a great new year. Thanks.
Bye.